Ladies and gentlemen, Pasek and Paul. We'll talk in a minute, but first, Seth Dyer is going to come on out and we're going to play.
Okay. All right, Seth.
On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the clock.
And I don't know why I'm getting all emotional, but I am. I think as we think about school and we think about what we do here every day, I think it's easy to say that we are, math is important and science is important, and I think it's also really important to hear that the arts are really important. Singing, songwriting, literature.
You guys are giving us life right now, you know what I'm saying? This is our, we went to Michigan, so it's like, we feel like we're home, And we used to come to Pioneer and see your shows when we were in college, and you guys are so talented, so it's just validated. We found that so many people who were relating to these characters who were feeling really alone or isolated, they would write to the show, they would talk to the actors, we would get letters, cast members would get letters, literally to talk about like how exposure to the show helped them not want to end their own lives. And that was so meaningful to us, and we thought, you know what, we don't want this to just be something that exists in New York City, or now it's a national tour, where you can only see...
It's definitely coming to Detroit at some point, I don't remember when.
Yeah, at some point. Go and see it, it'll be cool. But the point is that we didn't want it to just be something that you had to spend a ton of money on and that you could only go see in one city. We wanted anybody who's feeling this way, or anybody who feels alone or needs to kind of connect about these kinds of themes, we wanted you to be able to hold it in your hand and have these kind of conversations. And one of the big discussions that we had initially was, are we going to write a book that is for adults, or are we going to write a book that crosses over and can be for teens and adults? And it was really important for us to write something that would be in libraries, that kids from
curriculum,
kids from 6th grade on could feel like they had it as an accessible resource for them. So that was really the impetus to want to turn it into a novel, and then we kind of began this process of how do we convert this Broadway show and put it into book form.
Well, there was also like fan fiction going on. I don't know if anybody does that kind of thing here, but yes, there was we saw that going on, and we were like, wait, we actually wrote the story. We want to tell you what the real story was. We were inspired by people who were fans of the show. They wanted to know more about the characters. They wanted to engage more with them. So we were like, let's do it.
But when I was in high school, there was a kid who passed away over the summer. And when I got back to school, he kind of became this sensationalized figure. Everybody who wasn't really friends with him before he died suddenly was his best friend all of a sudden.
Right?
There you go.
It's a weird
There
thing
you
that
go.
happens.
And it happens. And the thing is, I kind of did it too a little bit. I was searching for what are my memories of being friends with this kid, or how was I connected to this kid?
Just sort of like, is that happening because we're all, even though we're super connected, that we're all on social media, we're all on our phones, we're all connected, that we're not actually that connected, really, really connected, really part of a community? And so when something big like this happens, like someone dies or there's a tragedy, the way that we're able to become part of the community is our connection.
Everybody does it, right? And why does everybody do this? Well, there must be some humanity behind that. Instead of just judging it, how do we look at it with an empathic point of view and say, what about people feel so alone, or so broken, or so disconnected, that when they're given the opportunity to claim, hey, I'm a part of this, hey, I want to be connected to a community, hey, I want people to notice me and see me and acknowledge my presence in the world, we will jump at that chance by any means necessary.
Yeah, so if you don't know the show, just a really nutshell, what the premise is, what happens is a classmate of Evan Hansen dies because of a crazy circumstance. It's believed that Evan knew him well and was possibly his best friend. And Evan, in a moment of panic, in a moment of feeling like people were actually talking to him and paying attention to him, he doesn't refute it. He kind of goes along with it, and it's like a small little white lie at the beginning, and it spins out of control like this crazy web.
Because how many of you, just by a show of hands, know somebody that's struggling with depression or anxiety?
It's like basically everybody.
Okay, now honestly, how many with the show of hands know that they are actually getting help? Okay, so this is where we get scared. Because if we know these people are struggling, we're not getting the help they need, then we will end up back at the funeral home.
And you know, the thing that I wish that somebody would have told me in high school, which I will tell you now because I am a little bit older, is especially in high school for the creative arts, you guys have so many amazing resources here, but the world is bigger than high school, right? And the things that you think you have to be at 17 or 18 and that you think you have to commit to, you can blow it all up 2 years later. You know what I mean? You can go to school and you can think you want to do one thing, and then you might learn about something completely different, and you're like, oh, I want to go do that thing now. And you have to always give yourself permission to change what you want to do. And guess what? Like, there were no classes in my high school to be a musical theater writer. That didn't exist. I didn't know that that was a possibility. So, always be on the lookout for what is stirring in your soul, what moves you, what you want to do, what you're passionate about, and you'll find those things. So don't feel like you have to prematurely commit to anything. Just, follow the thing that you're passionate about and you'll find your way.
And I love these guys. I love Christmas Story. Obviously, Dear Evan Hansen is very powerful. Yeah, I was up there asking my question. I thought my heart was gonna stop. Like, it was incredible.